Good morning students, I am Sania Sethi, your science teacher, and this week we have continued with our chapter number 1, that is light and sound. In this chapter we have already discussed about luminous objects like the sun. The objects that give us light are called luminous objects. The objects that do not give out light are called non-luminous objects. Then in this chapter we had also discussed about transparent and opaque objects. Non-luminous objects that allow light to pass through them are called transparent objects. We can see through them. Like here you can see many examples of transparent objects. Non-luminous objects that do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque objects. Like here, there are many examples of opaque objects and we cannot see through these objects. Then we had discussed about shadow. The dark area near an object where light cannot reach is called its shadow. For a shadow to form, we always need a source of a light and an opaque object. And the shadow is always black in color. And a shadow is always formed on the opposite side of the source of the light. In the morning, our shadow is long. In the afternoon, our shadow is short. And in the evening, again, the shadow is long. Then we had discussed about sound. There are two types of sound, pleasant and unpleasant sound. Pleasant sounds, when we hear pleasant sounds, we feel good, like when we hear somebody singing a beautiful song. Then we have unpleasant sounds, the sounds that do not make us feel happy and we feel disturbed by hearing these sounds. These are called unpleasant sounds. And unpleasant sounds create noise. Very loud voices create noise pollution. Like here you can see honking cars, buses, loudspeakers, televisions, all these create noise pollution. And we should always try to reduce noise pollution. Then dear students, we had discussed about force. What is force? Force is a push or pull on an object. In our day-to-day life, we often pull or push many things. Like here you can see a man pushing a door. Maybe he wants to close the door. So we push or pull a particular thing in a particular direction. Here you can see a man is pulling the door. So we can say that either a pull or a push is required to move an object. Students, we use force to lift, throw or move any object from its place. Like here we can see the man wants to pick this heavy box. So he is applying force so that he can pick the box. So we can say that we have to apply force in every activity that we do. You must have played with a ball. When you throw the ball, you have to apply force. Like here, two children are playing with a ball and one is throwing the ball and the other has to catch the ball. So to throw a ball, you need to apply force. When you all visit the village, you must have seen a bullock pulling the cart. Yes, the cart with some grass or some vegetables on it. So the animal is using force to pull the cart. So when we pull out water from the well, we apply force. We throw the bucket into the well and we pull the bucket filled with water by applying force. So I hope you all must have understood the chapter. That's all for today. Take care.